Steve Portigal, Interviewing Users, How to Uncover Compelling Insights. Do you want to uncover the secrets to creating compelling, user-focused designs? Dive into the world of interviewing users by Steve Portigal, where you'll explore how to understand users effectively and ensure your products cater to their needs. The book teaches powerful interview techniques that will help you gain valuable insights from users, which will in turn inspire innovative product development. With practical advice on establishing rapport, conducting interviews, framing problems, and analyzing data, Interviewing Users will equip you with a wealth of knowledge that will be crucial in the success of your designs.
Designing for the user. To design successful products, understanding the users is crucial, and this requires qualitative or quantitative research. The pitfall of assuming that users will have the same preferences as the designer must be avoided. Designers need to study people in their context, explore their behavior, interpret data, and use insights drawn from user input to improve design. Interviews with customers drive shifts in perspective that can lead to innovation. Different research techniques, including usability and A/B testing, quantitative surveys, web analytics, focus groups, and central location tests, can be used in various situations. It's essential to note that interviews provide deeper insights instead of statistically relevant data and cannot predict future behavior. Before starting a user interview project, it's crucial to get everyone's ideas on the table. Mastering interview skills. To conduct a successful interview, start with an open-minded and empathetic approach. Be an empty vessel and regard the interviewee as the expert. Conduct interviews in their environments to gain context and build a good rapport. Pay attention to your body language and use information from the previous answer to construct the next question. Remember that the interview situation is artificial, so avoid sharing too much information about yourself. Good listening is key to building rapport and avoiding bias. Interviews not only inform design but inspire it. Conducting effective user research. Effective tips on how to conduct user research by setting project goals, recruiting participants, creating an effective field guide, and paying incentives. To conduct useful user research, it's essential to start by setting project goals with the stakeholders. Find out their histories with the organization, their beliefs about the customer, their business objectives, and the questions they want to be answered. Create a survey to screen for the most relevant participants and use customer databases to recruit them or hire an agency. Expect to pay $150 to $225 per participant. When conducting the interviews, have the participants review and sign their release forms, then confirm the time of the interview, and explain the reason for it before asking background questions. The main body of the field guide should contain data collection techniques and how the participant will interact with the materials. Ask more audacious questions once you've built rapport with them and wrap up the interview by asking if they have any questions, paying them the promised incentive, and thanking them for their time. Don't schedule too many interviews in one day, and ensure the stakeholders create a release form outlining the rights and obligations of the participants and sponsoring organization. While mailing a check is usual, handing the incentive to the participant in person is more satisfying. Remember to think of the incentive as an enthusiastically demonstrative thank you. Techniques for effective interviewing. Learn how to engage participants during interviews using different techniques. The book suggests 4 methods: show and tell, mapping, reactions to concepts, and homework. Show and tell involves having participants show you how they use a product or service, while mapping utilizes a tangible representation of a process or space. Reactions to concepts involve using lo-fi mock-ups or storyboards with cards to test participants' responses. Lastly, homework requires participants to log their activities in a set time frame. These techniques will help you conduct interviews that are engaging, informative, and yield valuable insights. Mastering the art of interviewing. Learn how to conduct a successful interview by following these stages. Introduce yourself and state objectives, keep questions simple and factual, and build rapport to encourage the participant to share their stories, goals, and aspirations. Having two interviewers is ideal to provide support and prevent intimidation, but too many can make the participant feel uncomfortable. Remember to keep recording equipment running after the interview ends, as valuable information may still come up. With these tips, you can achieve a successful and insightful interview. Navigating successful interviews. The success of an interview lies in your ability to seize opportunities and control the flow. Avoid suggesting answers and manage the pace by switching topics smoothly. Ask different types of questions to get detailed and complete responses. Listen actively, embrace the interviewee's experiences, and avoid lecturing. Address mistakes at the end and show enthusiasm for the product without providing support. Remember, silence helps defeat awkwardness and stay flexible to keep the conversation interesting. Effective interview techniques. To ensure accuracy in descriptive notes, it is recommended to record every interview using one of the following techniques: audio recording, video recording, taking photos, or sketches. Additionally, it's essential to talk about yourself to encourage the participant to share more. After the interview, debriefing with the field group is crucial, and it is advised to create a debrief worksheet to hypothesize instead of drawing conclusions. Mastering interview techniques. Interviews can be unpredictable, but there are ways to make them successful. When faced with uncomfortable subjects, it helps to focus on the participants' interests or to ask them directly what makes them anxious. Interviews should aim for a rich story. Even if you inadvertently interview someone who doesn't fit your criteria, you can still gain valuable insights. Redirect chatty participants back to prepared questions or give them the questions in advance if time is tight. Professionals tend to approach interviews differently from customers, so be prepared to adapt accordingly. Don't ask everyone the same questions if you're interviewing several participants. Instead, allow everyone to contribute. Lastly, it's important to keep an open mind when meeting different types of participants even if they make you feel uneasy. Mastering user research for enhanced business results. As a user researcher, your primary objective is to provide your client with insights that can turn into opportunities. To achieve this, you need to analyze and synthesize data collected from user interviews and organize your takeaways in a top-line report. By dividing your data among team members and presenting the case studies, you can summarize the feedback into categories that will help identify common themes. Finally, create an inspiring presentation of findings for your client. Understanding how your client uses research is essential for successful outcomes. The design maturity model describes design as framing, problem-solving, function and form, style, and no conscious design. Encouraging your clients to join you in the field can align them with their customers and challenge their beliefs, resulting in higher-order benefits that are sure to take you and your team to the next level. Mastering interviewing techniques. Improve your interviewing skills through consistent practice, empathetic listening, and seeking feedback. Review and reflect on your interviews through video and transcripts and gain a new perspective by participating in interviews yourself. Connect with other researchers through online communities, conferences, and partnerships to continually improve your techniques and stay engaged in the unpredictability and intrigue of the interviewing process.
As we conclude our journey through interviewing users, it is evident that understanding users and their behaviors is indeed crucial for successful product design. By employing the various interviewing techniques and methodologies introduced in the book, you can extract valuable insights about users that will drive innovation and improve your overall design strategy. So, keep practicing, be empathetic, listen actively, and remember the importance of building rapport to get the most out of your interviews. With a well-executed user interview process, you'll be well on your way to creating products that genuinely resonate with your users and address their needs effectively.